How is this dealing with the media? You seem to be like more out in social media, and like we're out here this year, we weren't out here last year. How is that part of the job for you?
Well, I don't know if we normally do it in the fall, but it kind of feels good to do it in the fall, and I think I'll probably have, one answer for you today, and I might have a different answer in January and February, and it's kind of cool to see how the team progresses in that way. So I'm excited about it, and social media presence is maybe because I've had 5 minutes and my head's not spinning anymore, and it feels good. So just excited about this year.
How do you feel going into fall ball compared to last year, the first time head coach, just the whole year?
I feel good, and I felt better walking into our second team meeting, and I think, I told a couple people that I don't think I knew what I wanted to say in that first team meeting until I lived through last year, and I knew what was important to me and important to our staff and important to this team. So I just felt a whole new sense of what I wanted this culture and this team to look like. So it felt great, and it feels great to be on the field with these 17 women especially, and they're a great group, and I think you can kind of see with all the laughter and everything, they're getting along great. So it's just a fun time of year, and we're competing on the field every single day at practice, so it's going to be exciting for the snapshot of Thursday and what that looks like.
So Skaggs said that, for her, this is the first time that, because of COVID, that you've really been able to take a little time in the offseason and really sort of mesh and everything. What are you seeing from the team this year that's probably different from last year?
I think they're getting out of their comfort zones, and with COVID, and I don't know how much you guys know about what happened in COVID, but they were kind of in their pockets. So they kind of hung out with only the people in their house or the people in their apartment, and they're branching out. And, one person that sticks out was Jasmine, and she came in and she was so excited about the people she was getting to know, because she was branching out and meeting and hanging with new people, and it just was exciting to her. And it's just weird for me because my college experience was so different, right? And that was such a huge part of it in the fall. And I feel like now we've hit normalcy a little bit, and they're experiencing college life together, which has been really cool.
This is the first time as a head coach you've had to deal with the portal and people going in and out, losing people. How do you get the team, like, as people leave, that they maybe were used to morale? How does that work?
Well, the summer was different. It just was. And I think starting this year, we knew we were going to have a new identity with new players and a lot of fresh players coming in that are really talented. And I think once we hit practice day one, everybody kind of went like, all right, let's go. This is our team. And I think that was really important for us to have that mindset and kind of get together for the first time. And it put everybody at ease. Now we're like, this is our group, let's go. We're on a mission now. So honestly, that first team practice, I won't say individual, but first team practice felt really good.
And how is that for you? Because two of your top players left and went to a rival. And you have to deal with that, and then deal with it for the team, sort of set, like you said, like the culture and sort of their expectations, and sort of put that behind them, and that's hard.
Well, I think the summer, it did feel that way. It did feel like, just an adjustment. And I think once we got here in August, they moved on and we moved on too. And I think the important thing is we are just so all in for this group and this season. And, sometimes things happen for a reason. And I think we have a great, group with a great culture going on right now. And it's nice to see them just diving into the 17 individuals on this team.
Going into fall ball, you've had all these practices and team individual training cycles, I want to say, or games. Who stood out to you in terms of the incoming freshmen and the transfers that you brought in?
Well, I think ask me on Thursday. There's a lot of people that stand out. A lot of people. And then once you put the uniform on, a lot of things come out. So our freshman class and our newcomers are very talented, and they didn't really skip a beat. And they have a little bit of a learning curve as far as our level of competition, and they're figuring that out right now, facing our pitching. And the coolest thing that's been fun for me to see is that our pitching feels like we've leveled up in a lot of ways, and for me that makes our hitters better. And our hitters there's not really a break in our lineup right now offensively, and that makes our pitching better. And just like you realizing that iron sharpens iron, and you know, someone's going to fail this week in scrimmages, but then they're going to come back the next day. And it's just been cool to see pitchers make an adjustment, then hitters make an adjustment, and us kind of do this. So I'm hoping we do that all the way till the start of February.
And how about Skaggs? She's sort of been a face of the program for the last couple of years. And no matter what, she's out here, she talks to us, she's very open and honest. What are you seeing from her right now?
Just maturity in the leadership category. I think, you know, she always had the right things to say, and it's just being able to have the confidence and the voice to say it. And, you know, I think she's learning how to do that this year, and she knows, you know, it's all coming from a great place. I know it's all coming from a great place, and the biggest thing is her teammates know it's coming from the right place. You know, if I had my way, she'd speak even more. But she also has complementary leaders who are, you know, taking the reins in some categories, because she's going to be the one to put her arm around you, and someone else might be the one to put you in your place. But I think just a lot of growth in using her voice and taking care of people, and it's really kind of in her nature too. I think you guys can probably tell that.
And Izzy made such a huge leap last year when she finally got her chance. What do you expect? What do you see?
Well, I think right now it's that sense of, you know, knowing that it's her team and culture to take over. And I think she's always been fighting for the position, right? And now it's like, how do I lead these people where I want them to go? And I think that's a really cool transition for her, because, you know, she's not scraping. And believe me, she is still kind of doing that. But just knowing that this is her team, and like, how do we want it to look? And I think her and Skaggs have done a great job of putting their stamp on it, and people are starting to follow.
Another one of those players that kind of had a breakout performance was Devin in the postseason. How does she add to that and take it into this year?
She didn't skip a beat. She looks better than she did in spring. She's healthy, which, mark on wood. She is healthy. Right now her changeup is on point in one of her best pitches, which is what she was missing. And she started to get, I think you guys kind of saw in the postseason, it was really just changed the game for her. It makes her hard stuff seem even harder, but more velocity right now because she's healthy, and I just think presence-wise she's gone to a whole nother level. So hope that continues, and I think just really leadership-wise in the bullpen too, it's important for our newcomers to see that.
And Ellie Ashner, she was here before.
Yeah.
She's been injured and now she's back.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you see from her that maybe was different than when she was here the first time?
Honestly, it's one of my favorite stories so far this year. And, you know, she came in her freshman year and I think was overwhelmed by the competition level and hurt herself early on and never could quite come back from it. And it was, you know, the plan was always for her to, you know, move on and play at a level, well, first get healthy and then play at a level she could compete at, and all she's done is go and get better. So I think you saw her stats in junior college, I'm sure, and right now it's just getting used to the really good pitching, and she's doing that day by day right now, and she has a good head on her shoulders and doesn't get frustrated with one or two at-bats. She knows it's upping at a level, so just really excited for her progression and getting better defensively every day, but offensively she's got some pop at the plate, so it's nice to see.